Welcome back to another episode of Let's Have a Sip. I'm your host, Sean Drinks. How's it going, Noelle?
Hey, Sean. It's going great. How are you doing today?
Good. Got you
Good.
on here. It's a good day. So,
Oh, I like it.
yeah, I know we had to reschedule a couple times, but it's all good.
We
So,
did. I'm so
no,
sorry. Thanks for being
no,
flexible.
no, I'm always flexible with what I'm doing. So I can
I
work around
appreciate it.
everyone's schedule. So
Cool. Love it.
all good.
Well,
Yep.
happy to be here today. My boys are down. My husband is on parenting duty. So I am good to go.
Oh, you're feeling good then. You don't have
I'm
to worry
feeling
about.
good. I
Yeah, you don't
know.
have to. Yeah, you don't have to worry about shit.
It's all good. Maybe a little bit, but not he's got this. He's got
Cool.
this.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He's fine. He'll be all right. So, Noelle.
Yeah.
I didn't know this until recently, but
Uh-huh.
Courtney, for everyone listening, my fiance, told me that your dad is like one of like the top end like plastic surgeons in Dallas or something.
Yeah, he is an incredible plastic surgeon. He specializes in facial reconstruction. He does some body work, but he really is a master of his craft. And, um, he's really in his prime right now. He's booking out until through March or April of next year. And he's awesome. He's the one who told me when I was little, he said, I think you're going to be a really great nurse one day. I said, I'm not going to be a nurse. Yeah, right. I'm going to do fashion design or interior design. And well, he was right.
Yeah,
Um, and I've had the honor of working with him while I was finishing up nurse practitioner school. I'm obviously partial, but his results are unlike anyone else's. He's really incredible at what he does.
okay, cool. Yeah, not because whenever she had mentioned that meeting Courtney,
Hmm.
I was like, that's pretty cool. I had no idea. So,
Yeah,
I know that you're incorrect. Correct me on my pronunciation because I might butcher this,
sure.
but
That's fine.
you're a board certified adult uh gerontologist or something
You
like
got
that.
it. Gerontology.
Okay,
Yes.
so what exactly is
Nurse,
that?
nurse, nurse practitioner. So I was a registered nurse. I went back and got my master's degree to become an adult gerontology nurse practitioner. So, and I specialize in primary care. So I can see adolescents and older. So about 13 years and older. And the cool thing about being a nurse practitioner is you can specialize really in almost anything. For me, I can't do pediatrics, but my love has been internal medicine. Um, my background as a nurse was oncology palliative care and considered getting back into that, but um, I've really developed a love of aesthetics along with primary care. Probably my background working with my dad has brought that out, but yeah. So I that's what I do.
Okay, I got you.
Hmm.
So, do you ever have like super crazy things happen while you're at work? Because I think
Oh
like
yeah,
does the cat lady sound familiar? Does that ring a
oh,
bell?
there's always a cat lady, no matter which practice. You mean like where they have a really deep love for cats, and they're always either getting bites or scratches, or is that kind of where you're going with the cat lady?
So Courtney had mentioned to me that there was like some sort of horror story that had to do with some cat lady. She was just like, I'm not going to tell you. You need to ask her. And I'm like, okay.
I've
So
had a couple of cat incidents. Um, some people who really, really love their animals or trap um, feral cats and yep, sometimes they're frequent flyers. It comes in waves. But I've had a few cat ladies and gentlemen in the past.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. I was thinking it was like something like their
I'm
face got.
trying to think of a story, cat lady. I don't know. Was it on an aesthetics
I don't know. I just thought it was
point?
like I thought it was something crazy like where their face got reconstructed to look like a cat or something. Like I don't know, but that's
Well,
what.
there's this billionaire heiress where she kind of looks like a cat lady, and she's known kind of the poster for bad plastic surgery,
Okay.
and when people think of plastic surgery, they think of right,
Oh yeah.
or really accentuated lips, and but good plastic surgery, no one knows that you've had anything done. It looks like you've come back refreshed from a really great trip, or no one can quite put their finger on what's going on, but you just look really good.
What would you
But
say? What would you
mhm,
say to someone like myself, which I don't
mhm,
think that I would ever want to get it? Never
sure,
say never. But what
sure.
would you say to someone like myself that would be like, you know what, um, plastic surgery, I don't need that, even though I may have like a million wrinkles or
Mhm.
whatever, and they call bullshit on it. They're like, that's bullshit. I don't want it. What would you say to them?
That's great. It's what makes you confident and what makes you feel good about yourself. And, beauty is inside out. And I'm a really strong believer of preventative care, primary medicine. That's what I do. So, diet, exercise, stress management, sleep. I think those are the pillars for good health. And it really affects our inward and outward beauty and health. Um, I never push plastic surgery on anyone. If someone comes in for cosmetic injectables, Botox, um, um, filler, enhance the cheeks, the jawline, the lips, smoothing out any wrinkles, creases. I let them look in the mirror and say, "What do you see?"
Mhm.
Usually they'll highlight, "Oh, I don't like these wrinkles right here," or, "Oh, my lips are really too small." You know, the first thing I usually see is, "Wow, you have incredible eyes. Wow, you have really great structure and a really beautiful canvas." It's if you're like, "Oh, no, I don't want any plastic surgery." You are perfect the way you are and that God made you, is what
Thank,
I
thank
believe.
you, thank you.
You're a handsome man.
I
But if
appreciate it.
there's something that someone it really bugs someone, um, something a deficit they were born with. They were born with a cleft lip and they need a little filler to help even it out. They have had an injury and had some indentation. We're able to put a little filler in there and smooth it out. So that's not the first thing they see. And, you know, something that gives them insecurities when they take pictures or going out. Awesome. I'm there to help. Everyone is individualized and it's really meeting your needs, but there are always boundaries to what people ask me to do too. So
Awesome. Yeah, I
that's a
love that.
long question answer to your question, but
I love that answer. That was wonderful because I was kind of like I was intentionally being an asshole to see what you would say about it. So
oh no, you're fine.
okay.
I don't think you're an a hole.
So I don't know. I like that answer.
Yeah,
So
thanks. I
do
appreciate
you,
it.
what do you know about, and do you all actually work with this telomere caps? Do you know exactly what that is?
I don't. Tell me a little
No.
more.
Well, I'm not a scientist or anything, but I think it has something to do with like the aging process.
Okay.
So I guess every human has what's called telomere caps, and I guess
Oh,
as they shorten, that's
oh,
that's
okay.
pretty much you aging. So I didn't
Sure.
know if y'all. So you said that y'all have like anti-aging, or I may have thought that you said that, but anti-aging like medicines or procedures
We
that y'all do,
do.
correct? Okay.
Absolutely. At our the aesthetic spa I work at, Skin Bar, separate from my dad's plastic surgery center. He is the medical director of Skin Bar, but we do medical grade skincare. We have some really incredible skincare lines, Zeo, um, and Revision, just to name two. And, there are peptides and different cutting edge ingredients that really enhance and slow down that aging process. Collagen builders, and ingredients that can help smooth out those fine lines. Sunscreen obviously is a great preventative tool because that is going to speed up the aging process inside and out. But yeah, those are just a couple of the things that we do. Um, there's also um, some great injectables, Sculptra, that help to rebuild the collagen. And so we can't stop the aging process, but we can help slow it down and even rebuild some of the product collagen, elastin that's lost over time.
I got you. Okay, yeah, that's
Mhm.
I find stuff like that super interesting. I just don't know a lot about it. So
Absolutely. And they're
yeah,
doing a lot with lasers and, different light frequencies. And I mean, I focus on the cosmetic injectables, um, neurotoxins like Botox, Jeuveau, Dysport, fillers, um, Juvederm, Galderma products. Um, I am learning so much from our skincare team, from what they're seeing with their hands-on treatments with our clients, and it real it's amazing, just science-backed medicine what we are learning, and we're always learning. It's the practice of medicine, right? But
yeah,
it same applies for skincare. So I'm not an expert there, but I'm learning a lot and going through the aging process myself. I'm 33. I'm young, but definitely things change. Hormones are a big one too. And I'm getting into bioidentical hormones and starting to learn about those because it's a big part of the aging process as well.
okay, yeah.
Mhm.
I need to start exfoliating. That's something I don't do. So
Hey, from here, your skin looks great, but I just got my husband really great products from Zainabaji Zeo Skincare. And, it's more steps. And I like to keep things simple. You know, I don't know about you, but I don't usually have more than a couple of minutes to get ready in the morning before I'm out the door. Life is busy. I don't want to spend all my time putting on products, but there's certain products that really the juice is worth the squeeze. But a good cleanser, making sure a good exfoliant is a really good idea to do a couple times a week. A good sunscreen, and I just got my husband a really great vitamin C product, and that helps a lot as well.
okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to
Mhm.
once we get off here. I'm gonna have to get like a
I'll
list.
send you some good stuff.
Yeah, because like there's days whenever I'm looking in the mirror, like maybe like
Yeah,
whenever I'm getting ready for work or whenever I come back and I'm like,
sure.
oh my god, what is happening? I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting gray hairs. I'm too young for this shit. So
No, you're not. No, you're not. And it's genetics, stress.
yep,
It's all a part of the aging process. So it's how it's balancing that mind, body, spirit, and there's no such thing as balance always, right? And so I really believe, yes, good quality products are awesome. We're a lot of times treating on the back end, whether it's in primary care or aesthetics, treating the damage, treating the chronic disease. So having a good defense with diet, exercise, sleep, and stress management, like I mentioned earlier, it makes all the difference. But we're human and things happen, and we're not going to be perfect. And, it's progress, not perfection. And my belief is it's okay if we kind of fall off track. It happens, but it's finding the motivation of what's going to keep you more consistent. And I feel like that's where I really excel as a nurse practitioner is finding that motivation, finding what tugs on someone's heartstrings to help motivate them to reach their highest potential, their best health, mind, body, and spirit. And it's finding that balance. It's
yeah,
kind of tricky,
yeah. Oh, for sure. Because I mean,
right?
it all just boils down to discipline. Because you're gonna have
Totally,
you're for lack of a better word, you're gonna have that like inner B word, if you will, in your head
totally.
saying like, "Oh, just go eat that donut," or "Oh, go
Yeah,
drink that beer," which I'm drinking some right now.
yeah,
But and instead of going to for that walk or going to the gym or something like
totally.
that. So, because like Courtney earlier was like, "Hey, let's go walk the dogs," and I was like, "I don't want to go,"
Yeah.
but we went anyway. But we took the short way around the block to come back, but then she
Sure.
went back out to go work with
Yeah.
our or go walk with our neighbor. She was like, "That wasn't good enough." So
Movement is medicine. I'm having a really hard time with motivation to work out. My diet's off track. I don't feel I'm doing the best I can right now. School just restarted. It's hotter than heck out there. You know, if I have to get things done in the morning or else I'm toast. I turn into a pumpkin at
yeah,
6. It's all I can do to put I do. I really, really do. Pumpkin orange is what I'm wearing, and that's what I'm gonna be at 6 p.m. tonight. But I know that I'm a better human. I'm a better mom. I'm a better partner when I get back into the swing of things. So I'm human. I get off track, and I know the tools for the toolbox to pull it back in before I let it all go, too. So you're getting ready for your wedding. Is there anything that you're doing to kind of get back into a regimen? It's hard. What do you think is affecting what are your obstacles of kind of getting out there and walking the dog? And um, tell me about your health journey.
yeah. So I was really big into the bodybuilding world for like 7 years. I don't know if
Court-
I
Courtney
have.
mentioned it. Yeah.
So I like it was it got it was fun, but it got to the points where like a lot of my relationships would spoil, and it was all my
Hmm.
fault. I was very aware of what I was doing because I was
Okay.
very focused on going to the gym. Okay, got to make
Sure.
sure I get my meals in. Got to make sure I drink my water. Okay, no, I'm not going out to the bar, or no, I'm not
Sure.
going out to go eat at this restaurant because I need to make sure I'm following my nutrition. So,
Yeah.
um, but ever since I've come here, I did kind of fall off the wagon, and Courtney kind of thinks like, "Oh, that was kind of my fault." No, that's not your fault. You don't make my decisions for me.
Sure.
So, um, here recently, it was literally the day after I proposed to her. I was like, "We've got to get back on track." Not necessarily just
Yeah.
for the wedding, but like
Sure.
I mentally feel in a place that I don't want to be, and
Sure.
it's when you're working out, you're getting those endorphins flowing. You're feeling good about yourself.
Totally.
So
Absolutely.
but the biggest thing that I've done was we started using this meal prep company called MegaFit, and it
Okay.
it they kind of I don't know how long they've been around, but they're nationwide, and
Okay.
you can customize your meals, whatever, or you can buy their meals that they already have preset on the website,
Okay.
and that is super helpful because we can just pop them in the microwave or put them in the
Love it.
skillet, and you're good to go. So
Do you
that's
feel
been
like there's enough food for you? I know we do factor meals. We really love them. We love Snap Kitchen. Um, my husband eats more than me. That's something we've kind of struggled with these meal prep is he may not, we have to add more protein, add more veggies to help fill him up. How's the amount of food?
So I personally do the customizable meals where you can,
Okay.
customize your protein, your fats, your carbs, and
Nice.
if you will. So it is enough food, but I feel like if you don't customize them, like, well, for me, I'm gonna be hungry 2 hours after I eat. That's just how I am. Because like
Sure.
once I kind of, I guess, revamp my metabolism, once I kind of get those
Hmm.
meals in, then like I get hungry more often because I'm
Okay.
working out more and I'm burning more calories and stuff like
Sure.
that. But
Sure.
no, it's been it's difficult for me to work out during the week because my schedule is insane. But
You work really crazy hours.
yeah, yeah, it
So what
UPS
time?
is
So what time? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you're good. What were you saying?
You're what time of day? Like for myself, if I don't work out in the morning, I'm probably not going to get it done. What time are you out the door? Is it possible to do it kind of first thing in the morning, or is it no? I'm not going to get enough sleep if I work out before work.
Um, I I I would so the gym that I go to, which is Recess,
Hmm.
it's a close to Mockingbird Station. You know what I'm talking
Okay.
about?
Hmm.
So I think they open at 5, which I've never been there at 5, but I have like kind of programmed myself to like make sure I eat a lot of food before I actually work out because
Sure,
I can't work out on an empty stomach. That's just not how I
sure.
function.
Yeah.
But if I did, I mean, it could be feasible for me to work out in the morning and go there for 30, 45 minutes, whatever, and then come back. But
Uh-huh.
I feel like I wouldn't really necessarily get a lot of sleep. But
Okay.
it's easier for me to work out on the weekends, Friday, Saturday,
Sure.
Sunday.
You're a weekend
And
warrior.
yeah, pretty much. So,
Yeah.
but
Better than nothing. But,
yeah,
if there's, like, even 1, 2 days a week, and it's hard when you're working those hours, but, I think that, you know, having kids, I'm so tired by the end of the day, and I'm sure, working the hours that you're working, at the end of the day, you're exhausted, but Scott and I try to get in bed by 9:30, try lights off by 10. Does that always happen? No. But and again, I've been off track with my exercise. It's really hard for me to get back into the swing of things. But I know if I can force myself out for the first week or two, um, I'm good. I'm rolling. And so I just have to wrap my head around it, wrap my heart around it, and then get it, get it and go. So I don't know. It's worth a try. It sounds like you're doing a really great job and you're taking on this podcast but there's always going to be obstacles, right? So it's finding, okay, these are my obstacles. There's always a plan A, plan B, plan C. How are you going to reach your goal? Right? We always have excuses and sometimes the excuses are worth it. But if you know you're going to feel better and function better. First your energy is going to be a little bit more drained, waking up early, getting into your new regimen, but you're going to feel so much better. I don't know. It just, I don't, it, were your hours just a lot better when you were working out? It sounds like you were super disciplined, almost on the pendulum to the other side um, back in the day when you were doing the,
yeah, well, my schedule was a little bit different,
okay,
whenever I lived in Tennessee, so I had a little bit more
okay,
flexibility to be able to,
sure.
go work out, do whatever it is I needed to do. So,
Okay.
but,
I got you.
you make time for what is important to you
You do.
at the end of the day. So,
You do.
if I wanted to go work out every day, I would, but, like, I don't need to do that. Like, if I get, like, at
No.
least 3 to 4 days a week, like, I'm golden.
Perfect.
So,
Again, it's progress, not perfection. And it's for some people it's easy to swing to that perfection route and it's either all or nothing, right?
yeah.
But even if it's 15 minutes, like this morning, um, you know, my boys were playing outside and they were screaming for mama, but I was like, I gotta do this, boys. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. And I did a 15-minute hit workout outside while they were eating their breakfast and watching Blippi. So there are always workarounds, and I'm guilty of letting the obstacles get to me. But it's sometimes just sitting down, and most of us are visual learners. Maybe it's mapping it out, maybe it's putting in your schedule, committing to it, and then going forward. And if that doesn't work, you find your plan B, your plan C. But anyway, I'm going
Yeah,
off on a tangent. So
no, you're good. You're good. So I have so much respect for females that not only have X amount of kids or whatever because I can't relate. I don't have kids. So um, let me rewind a little bit. So I had a guy that was on here last weekend, and
uh-huh.
his name's Maverick, and he at one point he actually coached Courtney for a while, and he specifically
Oh, cool. Yeah.
and exclusively only trains females. And
Okay.
it's funny. It's funny because he trademarks himself as the MILF Whisperer, which is kind of funny. But
I
so
love it.
yeah, but but I had asked him. I was like, so do you just like exclusively like train females? And he's like, well, now, yes. And he's like,
Uh-huh.
I have trained men in the past, and it's just like I felt like to a degree they were wasting my time. He's like,
Hmm.
he's like, I have this single mom over here with 4 kids, and that's not an exaggeration. That's like, some example that he gave me. I got the single mom with four
Wow.
kids over here actually making progress, and then I have this single guy, not doing shit, not making progress. And it's like, again, you make time for what is important to you. So
Sure.
for a single mom to get all that shit done, like that's super impressive. And
Oh my gosh. Single parents, single working parents, I have so much respect. I have no idea. I feel like I can barely like manage having a sweet supportive husband supportive family and friends. We moved back from Houston to Dallas, DFW. We're in Flower Mound to be closer to family and friends. I have so much respect, single working parents. I have no idea, but you're right. It's priorities. What do you have kind of like a morning ritual or a nighttime ritual kind of schedule that you follow that kind of makes you feel more balanced, recharged? What
Well,
works for you? Why are
I'm
you
I'm la-
laughing?
I, I'm
I see you
yeah, I know I'm
chuckling over
laughing.
there.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking about what I do because it's kind of funny, but I'm thinking in my head what I was getting ready to tell you because I'm a hilarious guy. At least I think I
You
am.
are.
So,
Yeah, I've seen your dance skills.
but yeah, my the standing worm or
Oh,
whatever it is. Yep. Mm, mm. But that's my only move, everybody. That's all I
it's a good
got.
one. It's a good one. It's a good one.
It works. So my morning routine is me getting up just in enough time to put my clothes on and leave. So that's my morning
Okay,
ritual. So,
cool.
um, and,
That's a
and
ritual.
I get which it needs to change, but that's my morning ritual, and it gives me just enough time to boost my anxiety so much that I'm like, I'm gonna be late for work. This is gonna suck. So, but
You
no,
need a hard deadline. You need a really like firm, hard deadline to get your
that
Tish out of bed, and you cut it down to the wire. And that's what you know. If it works for you, great. Are there better ways to do it? Probably,
oh,
but
100%.
sleep sounds like it's really important to you.
Yeah, that snooze button, man, I hit that thing so much, everybody. Like that is it's a blessing and a curse to have it. I need to stop.
Oh my gosh, my husband, he doesn't do it anymore because I think oh my gosh, it would drive me nuts. But I think he would set like 10 alarms to get out of bed. And, usually it's, when he's really pushing it at work, he's working super long hours. But I mean, I mean, I'll be like, get out of bed because
Say
it
it. Say
jolts
say
you.
what you
It
really
jolts
want to
you.
say. What you really want to say. I can see you want to say something else.
Oh, I'll save it for your imagination.
Okay.
But it's it's a cortisol release, right? And there are good and bad cortisol releases, but that snooze button, it gets that adrenaline going and it wakes you up. But then when you kind of fall back asleep, and so instead of having that cortisol release when you wake up, the bright lights turn on. If you can kind of visualize the sun rising, overhead lights, you get your cup of water or coffee or whatever, that's a good cortisol response. And that's what starts your sleep wake cycle, right? But when you're
Hmm.
going the roller coaster, boom, 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 your body's like, what's going on? And it kind of freaks out and it doesn't give you good sustained energy during the day. And, you know, I hit the snooze button too. I'm not, I guess I am criticizing, but I'm, I'm not saying that it's not uncommon. I mean, we've all done it, but there's different ways to do it and little tweaks that make a big difference. But I mean, is there something that you think would like spark joy and happiness and good energy in the morning other than like working out or have you ever looked in like meditation or have you ever looked into like a walk around with the dogs or having like your morning, I don't know if you're a coffee drinker but like or tea drinker, like kind of your morning time.
Yeah. So no, I love coffee. I try not
Uh-huh.
to drink it too much, just
Yeah.
because. So one thing I do struggle with a lot, and I've talked about it on here plenty of times, is
Uh-huh.
like anxiety, and
Sure.
caffeine will definitely boost
Yes.
that for me. And
Totally.
but I can't say there's one thing in particular in the morning that's like, okay, this is what's got me going. It's more so the idea of hard work and seeing the fruits of your labor. So, because like it for me, it takes
Sure.
a lot for me to get mentally stimulated. And like
Okay.
one thing that I actually do at work is that really gets me going, which
Uh-huh.
is kind of putting a plan together and then seeing that be
Yeah.
executed and actually
Uh-huh.
work. Doesn't
Uh-huh.
always happen, but because
Sure.
there's so many different variables that happen with what I do at work. So, but
Uh-huh.
I think it's more so having a structure and then hitting those goals doesn't necessarily have to be one thing in particular, but I mean, one thing
Sure.
I'm super passionate about is like whiskey. Like that's my jam, and I
I love it.
love being able to share, what it is that I may have gotten this week with someone that can appreciate what it is.
Sure.
And one thing I'm also doing as well is trying to have a better appreciation for wine because I know Courtney really loves that, and I'm trying to get into it,
Yes.
but
That's so sweet.
but yeah, and it's funny because like every time I try to give her some whiskey, she's like, "Yeah, that tastes like shit." So,
Yeah.
but no, I think just having something that's tangible will definitely help, like actually writing down
Sure.
what it is that you need to do for that day and then checking
Yeah.
off that list. It doesn't matter if it's like, okay, going to floss today or going
Uh-huh.
to I don't know, iron my shirt, whatever. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter what it is. So having those little tangible things and actually writing it down to actually
I love
literally
it.
make it tangible, like that's I think that's what would probably help a little bit more, but I don't do that. So
That's okay. Now, this may not be your jam, but Matthew McConaughey, he's really into gratitude
mhm,
and gratitude journals. And if you're someone who kind of writes things down, most of us are visual learners in some capacity. And, you know, I believe in kind of manifestation and kind of getting ready for the day. But gratitude journal is my favorite habit. I usually am not a firm believer in New Year's resolutions, but this was mine, and it's something that I've stuck to. You know, we're going into we're in August, and something that I've stuck to. But this 5 minute gratitude journal, and you do half of it in the beginning of the day when you wake up, and half of it before bed, and it's kind of goals for the day, a positive affirmation. I know it sounds hokey pokey, but
no, no,
some of
I love it.
the most um, people that I look up to, um, and some of the most successful people, kind of start have that morning ritual and gratitude. Meditation's really an awesome one. Meditation studio is probably my favorite because you can choose if it's a couple minutes, if your mind wanders, like everyone's. It brings you back into it, and you can choose it to be 4 minutes long or like 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
So sleep definitely is so important. And, but I don't know. I challenge you for 2 weeks
Okay.
to meditate, even if it's 4 minutes, meditation studio, and writing down what you're grateful for that day.
All right.
And I really believe if you can get your mind right, the rest follows. It's a mind game. It's setting your intention, setting your goals, and manifesting. I really believe that's what can, you know, float your boat or sink your ship.
Yeah.
Um, so that's my challenge to you.
Okay, and I can do that. And for everybody else listening, y'all need to do that as well. So
I
I'm gonna start that tomorrow morning. I'm gonna start it tomorrow.
I love it. I'm gonna
Yep.
check in on you.
Okay. You
Yeah,
got my number.
I
So
do.
yeah.
They call me the Velvet Hammer. They
Why?
I am gentle in my approach when I talk to people. I don't believe in, you know, you didn't do this. You're gonna fail at that. You know, but I I am gentle in my approach, but I'm persistent. So if I need to kind of reach out and like, hey, how are you doing? Just checking in. Okay, didn't get it done. That's all right. Let's try it again tomorrow. So it's I'll check in on you.
Okay.
So
All
yeah.
right.
What
No,
did
I
you
like
think of when you heard the Velvet Hammer?
well, that's actually what I was getting ready to tell you. And I'm gonna end the podcast with this story.
Please do. I like
So
it.
now a little bit of a long story, but
Okay.
so Richard, Courtney's dad,
Uh-huh.
ended up uh, giving me the nickname the Hammer, and I was like, at first when it started, I was like, what is
Okay.
happening right now? So
Yeah.
so uh, her cousins, I don't know if you ever met her cousins or not, Daniel and Chris, but they
Okay.
were telling her their mom, hey, they call Sean the Hammer. He used to be a Chippendale, and I was like, but they didn't tell me this. They didn't tell me this at all. And so the day that I met
Oops.
the day that I met their mom, she came up to me and was
Uh-huh.
like, hey, I'm so and so, and why did they call you the Hammer? And I was so confused. I'm like, what? And I thought she was messing with me. She's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I heard you were a Chippendale, and I'm like, I just look around at everyone. And I'm like, what is happening right now? But long story short, Courtney's dad gave me the nickname the Hammer. I'll let you use your
Okay.
imagination as far as why that's a thing.
Gosh.
It was very awkward at first, and I was like, "Damn, Richard, what the hell?"
That
So,
is kind of awkward.
I know I was
Oh,
like, "Damn, okay." But anyways, that's all I got for now.
I
Until
love
until
it.
until next time, y'all.
Until
Peace.
next time, take care. Bye.